That's a wrap for Mo and me. We'll talk to you again tomorrow from Phoenix. Dodger Talk gets underway right now with Bob Harvey. Bob?
All right, thank you, Charlie. The Dodgers with 7 straight losses. Question is, have they rolled over? I know the series in Colorado just took the life out of them, but back-to-back games in Arizona where they haven't even been close. So I want to hear from you, Dodger fans. 866-933-9898. 866-933-9898. Singular wireless users, pound 980. If you were Grady Little, the manager of the Dodgers, how would you treat these final 7 games? What do? You're already eliminated from the National League West race, and with one more loss or one more San Diego victory, you are eliminated from the wild card. So it would be the longest of long shots if you make the playoffs as a wild card team, and I think we both know between you and I that's not going to happen. So what do you do over these final 7 games? Do you take it all the way to the youth movement, because you know that's what it's going to be next year? It's going to be a youth movement in 2008. So do you go ahead and just go in that direction right now? And what about the veterans? Jeff Kent, Luis Gonzalez, Juan Pierre. Rafi's already pretty much out for the year with the bad back. Olmedo Saenz, Ramon Martinez, Roberto Hernandez, and I'm sure I've probably left a couple of names off the list. The Dodgers and Dodger fans, too, and I guess for that matter, too, people who host Dodger Talk are in that real weird Twilight Zone era. The season is pretty much over, but you've still got 7 games to go. So let's decide on a nightly basis what you'd like to talk about. And I think tonight, talk about what Grady should do for the next 7, well, not 7 days, but 7 games anyway, that are left in the Dodger season. In case you missed it tonight, and this was kind of an omen, David Wells' first pitch of the night was hit out of the park and then some by Chris Young. The home run estimated at 468 feet. And that got the Diamondbacks on the board, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 more in the 5th, and for good measure, 1 more in the 8th to win it by a score of 6-2. Brandon Webb now 17-10. David Wells overall this year with the Dodgers and Padres with a record of 8-9. So let's see. 866-933-9898. That's our phone number. KFWB News Time. 10:01, and that is time for traffic on the ones, and a good evening to Kit Sammy.
The series between the Diamondbacks and Dodgers is sponsored by Ziering Medical, making headlines with natural hairlines. Call 877-ZM4-HAIR.
Our son would go from, "Good morning, Mom," to words you'd never expect to come out of your child's mouth. Our pain came from not knowing what to do. He was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. 5 or 6 years later, he was diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder. I think the hardest part of living with someone who has a mental illness is thinking that you're alone, that no one else could understand. NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, is made up of people who live it every day. We lean on each other, and we learn from each other. NAMI doesn't let anyone give up hope. My name is Mary Tadikin, and I can tell you what NAMI has meant for my family. It has meant that we are a family.
1 in 5 adults lives with depression, schizophrenia, anxiety, or other mental illnesses. NAMI provides education and support to these families and individuals. To find a local chapter, go to NAMI.org or call 800-950-NAMI.
If you want LASIK but we're concerned about risks, come and see Dr. Alexander Shabil right now. Dr. Shabil has removed the #1 risk of LASIK, the creation of the corneal flap. This means that there is no cutting of your eye with a laser, no cutting with a blade, no cutting period. So you could get better night vision with less chance of dry eyes. Many of Dr. Shabil's patients see even better than 20/20. Call Dr. Alexander Shabil today at 800-841-3717. You will be in the great hands of Dr. Shabil, who has been voted Best of Orange County and has been featured on on national television. This week, Dr. Chabille is offering a custom wave print analysis of your eyes for free. This exam is a value of $250, and right now, to the first 20 callers, you will receive this exam for free. Dr. Chabille has made LASIK affordable with zero interest and payments as low as $89 per month on approved credit. Call Dr. Alexandra Chabille today at 800-841-3717. That's 800-841-3717. Or schedule your visit online at LALASIK.com. That's LALASIK.com.
Wondering what to do this weekend? Now you can find all the fun local events that are happening around Southern California each week by logging on to KFWB.com and clicking on This Week in SoCal. Here you'll find great tips about things to do, from family festivals to special movie screenings, live music and theater, art shows, cultural and museum events, and more. And best of all, many of the happenings featured at This Week in SoCal are free. In addition to events, you'll enjoy finding special merchant offers that can help you save money on the products and services you buy. So plan to take the family somewhere fun this weekend. Just log on to KFWB.com and check out This Week in SoCal for more details. And while you're there, be sure to register for weekly email updates so that you'll never miss another fun local event. This Week in SoCal. Just one more way KFWB.com helps to keep you in touch with what's going on.
KFWB Dodger Talk, sponsored by the new AT&T and by Hooters Hotel Las Vegas. Sleep with someone you know. Book your room online or call 866-LV-HOOTS. Nissan of downtown L.A., where the customer is always number one.
We are back on Dodger Talk on KFWB News 980. I'm Bob Harvey. Dodgers lose their 7th in a row, longest losing streak of the year. They fall to Brandon Webb and the Diamondbacks by a score of 6-2, and now it is your chance to weigh in. 866-933-9898. That's our phone number. Singular wireless users, pound 980. Of course, Singular now the new AT&T, your world delivered. Going to get it going first here with Christy, Arizona. Hey, Christy, welcome to Dodger Talk.
Hi. We are actually Hollywood residents,
Oh.
and we're just fed up with this Dodger team right now. I'm sorry. I love Dodgers. I bleed Dodger blue, and they right now are, as everybody knows, losing horribly. And it was humiliating, but we stood proud with our team. I don't know what they can do. Grady keeps changing the lineup. He keeps changing the positions of the players. Upper office keeps changing the players on the team. And, they can't, there's no consistency in the team right now. There's no consistency to play together, to get to know each other and how they think.
And that's been a problem, Christy, for a long time, for several weeks, if not for several months. That, we've all talked about it on Dodger Talk about Grady's, crazy lineups and the inconsistency of those lineups. But now, you've reached the point where you're out of time. What do you do now?
It's to the point now where the lights are out, the party's over, and the fat lady has sung. and it's like it would take an act of God to get them to be able to win anything to bring themselves up out of the cellar.
Well, when I talk, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Considering like a new pitching coach.
You know what, Christy? I
as
don't.
much as I like Rick Honeycutt, is he doing what he needs to do?
Well, first of all, Jason Schmidt and Randy Wolf getting hurt. Certainly not on Rick Honeycutt. I think you'd have to see how Honeycutt's influence on the younger guys, to me, would be more important, Billingsley and Broxton. I don't have a problem, I suppose, with Rick Honeycutt as the pitching coach. Certainly I'm not a fan of Grady's, and certainly not after this 7-game dive. I mean, to me, if you had control of the clubhouse and you had control of the players, you don't go on a 7-game slide like this. And especially the way the Dodgers have lost the last 2 nights, it's like they didn't even show up.
No, they didn't. And, and it was just, even Dodger fans in there was like, some of them I heard saying, Dodgers stink. That's not exactly what they were saying, but, it's like Dodgers stink, but, hey, we still love them.
Oh, sure.
We're still supporting them, but...
Well,
we're all getting really tired, and I think all the fans are frustrated with what can be done to improve us, improve our team.
Yeah, and Christy, this is why the last several editions of Dodger Talk, talking weeks and, last month, it's not so much the fans slamming the team as it is they're just trying to get out some frustration because, it's been, next year, 20 years since the Dodgers won the World Series, and I think fans who go through the gate at the tune of about $3.5 million per year have a right to question what's going on.
Well, they do, and
But you can, but they're loyal fans, and that's the reason. And Christy, thank you for the call, and hang in there.
Well,
that's the reason that the Dodger fans are so frustrated. It's because they're so loyal, and they've stood by this team, and will continue to stand by this team. But they want to have some answers. They want to know that the team has got a clear direction for the future. Is the youth movement officially here? Is the youth movement going to be put off by another year or so? I had a thought tonight watching this game that the Diamondbacks, one of the key reasons that they are 41-25 since the All-Star break has been the play of 19-year-old Justin Upton, who I guess recently celebrated his 20th birthday. And, we've talked about Clayton Kershaw, the Dodger pitcher, who's 19 and considered by many to be one of the top pitching prospects in all of the minor leagues. And I thought, well, Arizona gave Justin Upton a shot at the big leagues, and he's proved to be, worth the promotion. Next season, maybe the Dodgers go out on a limb and bring up a Clayton Kershaw to give him a shot at a spot in the rotation. I mean, you either gotta continue to mix youngsters and veterans and see if they mesh. To borrow a word from Luis Gonzalez that he used in his press conference the day he was announced as a Dodger. Do you continue to try to get the young and old to mesh? Do you decide to go one direction or another? But I think Dodger fans would like to have at least a plan there on the table. And they can, Dodger fans then can say, okay, I'm with plan A or I'm with plan B, but at least have a plan. KFWB News Time. 10:11, that is time for Traffic on the One's going to try again to bring in Kit Sammy.
Starting with a street alert in Burbank, Forest Lawn Drive in both directions between Barn Boulevard and Z Drive. This is closed due to a storm drain issue involving a mudslide. And in Big Bear, Rim of the World Highway, Highway 18 at Green Valley Lake, that is closed due to the earlier brush fires. Calabasas, Ventura Freeway, US 101 eastbound before Parkway, Calabasas. That accident is involving an overturned car. Pomona Freeway 60 westbound at Reservoir Street. That is an injury accident involving an overturned car in the right lane. And we have in Victorville, I-15 southbound at Stoddard Wells Road. That is an injury accident. Looks like a car went over the side. Commerce, Long Beach Freeway 710 northbound after Santa Ana Freeway, the 5. Good news, that multi-car crash, well, it has cleared. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 10:21. I'm Kit Sammy on KFWB News 980.
Feel like a rock star with LasVegasTickets.com. Best seat to any event, championship boxing, or the greatest shows, LasVegasTickets.com has you covered. LasVegasTickets.com. They always come through in the clutch.
It's tough to break into a career. Everybody wants to hire someone with experience.
But how can you get experience if no one will hire you?
The National Guard provided paid training, which helped me get my foot in the door with a software company.
I wanted to go into law enforcement. The Guard made me an MP. My military police training looks great on my resume. I'm in finance. The National Guard offered that exact specialty.
In the Guard, you can get paid training in your specialty, then go out and apply those skills in the civilian world.
Employers like to see that you've done the hands-on work and not just read about it in a textbook.
I wouldn't be where I am today without the Guard. I'm serving my country, and I'm succeeding in the National Guard.
I'm getting ahead with the Guard.
The training I get helps me in my civilian job.
The Guard is a great opportunity.
Visit 1-800-GO-GUARD.com or call 1-800-GO-GUARD and ask how you can get the job skills you need for the career you've always wanted in the National Guard.
Sponsored by the California National Guard, aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
The following is a paid message from the Islamic Circle of North America.
In the name of God, the most kind, the most merciful, Islam, the religion of 1.2 billion people worldwide, including 7 million in the United States. A religion that raises curiosity, What do Muslims believe? Who was Muhammad? And why are so many Americans exploring Islam? At 877-WHY-ISLAM, an outreach project of Islamic Circle of North America, we answer these questions and correctly inform our fellow Americans about Islam. We can send you a free translation of the Quran and other literature about Islam. The Why Islam Project can arrange a visit to your neighborhood mosque or put you in touch with one of our representatives through email. Come and learn what Islam really stands for. Call us anytime, day or night, at 1-877-WHY-ISLAM. That's 1-877-WHY-ISLAM. Or visit us on the web at www.whyislam.org.
Mahatma Gandhi said, "We must be the change we wish to see in the world." At Rotary, we are changing the world, one community at a time. We've immunized nearly 2 billion children from polio and are working to eradicate the disease from the globe. We're fighting illiteracy worldwide, from adult literacy classes in South Africa to mentoring grade school children in the United States. We're promoting peace through international scholarships in conflict resolution. We're helping to bring clean water to some of the more than 1 billion people without it. We are 1.2 million business and professional leaders building goodwill and peace in the world. At Rotary, we are the change. To learn more, go to Rotary.org or contact your local Rotary Club. Rotary, humanity in motion.
KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The LA County Sheriffs are hiring. Call 1-800-A-DEPUTY or visit LASD.org. Jiffy Lube, the well-oiled machine, and by your Southern California Cadillac dealer.
We thank you for spending part of your Saturday night with us here on Dodger Talk on KFWB News 980. I'm Bob Harvey, and the Dodgers with another tough loss tonight, 6-2 to the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's 7 in a row. And joining us now live from Chase Field in Phoenix is KFWB's A. Martinez. And I suppose each one gets tougher than the previous one, right?
Yeah, there was bitter disappointment here at Chase Field because there was no fireworks show. They were supposed to have a fireworks show, but there were high winds out here in the desert, so they closed the roof and apologized to the fans. They all went home.
Don't even get your fireworks show, huh?
No, not even. Not at all.
Oh, man.
No, there are almost no words to describe what's going on with this ball club right now. When you think about when the homestand ended and they took 2 of 3 from each team they faced, it wasn't great, it wasn't ideal, but at least it was something. And it did give this team some hope. It gave Dodger fans some hope. And the way it's fallen apart, it's just... I think everyone is just so stunned that they don't really know what to say.
Well, are they tired? I mean, I try to avoid words like giving up or ready for vacation, but it just doesn't seem that, given the effort the last 2 nights, that their heart is really in it for the next week or so.
Well, a little of that. They're emotionally beat down a little bit, and combine that with the fact that they're just not as good as the Diamondbacks, then you got what you see in front of you, which is a team that's about to get swept if they don't win tomorrow.
Yeah, Chad Billingsley goes for the Dodgers, and they'll look for him, obviously, just for a morale booster, if nothing else, right?
Yeah, boy, you know what? If Arizona wins the game tomorrow, number one, it's a short flight, but it's going to feel like a very long flight from Phoenix to Los Angeles. And then they have the off day to think about everything that went on in that week. What a disaster that it already has turned out to be. I mean, they could win tomorrow, and I don't know necessarily if it's going to be necessarily a morale boost because of everything else that's happened this week. So, yeah, at least you want to win. That way you don't. You can say that you won 1 game on the road trip, but short right now of rattling off the rest of the season with victories, I don't know how much this team could feel good about themselves.
Yeah, and, there's the divisiveness in the clubhouse that's been well reported and well documented. Let's talk about that. The veterans not happy with the rookies who are cutting into their playing time. The rookies say, hey, I don't care. We're doing better than you are, so we're going to play. That kind of stuff isn't going to go away in a week.
No, but I think it's now accepted that that's what's going to happen. Grady said yesterday that the lineup was going to look a lot different for the final few games here, and it's going to be more of seeing what these kids can do. You're going to see Tony Abreu, especially with Rafael Furcal injured. There's really no point of bringing him back before the season ends. I don't know what their plans are with that, but why would you? Why would you risk a more serious injury this late in the season with nothing left at stake, with nothing to prove? I would just shut doctor called down, let him rest. His ankle, his back, everything that's been hurting him and paining him all season long, just give him a break. What do you need him out there for? And play Tony Abreu and give him that time. Play Andy LaRoche. Give him that time to see exactly what's going to happen with them. It really stinks for the veterans, say someone like Luis Gonzalez, who right now doesn't have a job for next year. You don't know what exactly the Dodgers are going to do, if they want to bring him back or what other team may want him. He needs to go out there and play. He needs to go out there and play for the sake of his career and what he has left.
Right. Well, I can't really say that the youth movement has taken full effect when I see a lineup that has Gonzalez hitting fifth and Andre Ethier on the bench. So do you think Grady hasn't quite committed to it yet?
You know what? I think with Gonzalez in there, maybe because he knows Brandon Webb a little bit more than maybe Andre Ethier would. That's the only thing I can think of why he's in there. And in the end, eventually the decision will have to be made if Gonzalez is going to get many more at-bats at the expense of Andre Ethier. But we're only a few games left in the season. I don't know if necessarily having a few more at-bats is going to help or hurt anybody at this point.
Right, exactly. It's whatever damage has been done, and there's not going to be a way to fix it here in the next 7 days or so. Well, let me ask you a quick question here. We got about a minute to go. If you were looking at this Dodger roster, the way it's assembled and not including the September call-ups, how many of these veterans would you say will not be here next year?
Well, I can't imagine with the youth that they have in the outfield that Luis Gonzalez would be back. Now, this is barring any trades or anything like that. If there are no trades of any kind, it's going to be Kemp, Ethier, and Pierre out there in the outfield. As far as the infield goes, Grady has said that Nomar should be the incumbent coming back into spring training, so he'll have every opportunity to keep his job at third base. Call will be back at short. Kent is the interesting option there because, Loney and Martin are set at their positions, and some of the pitchers are set where they're at. It's Kent. Will he want to come back, number one? And he's got to actually see this team and the way it's formed. Does he want to come back to this system where the youth are taking over? Does he want to be a part of it? Or maybe, you never know. What if there's an opportunity for him to win a championship with another team? His agent approaches Ned and says, hey, why don't I work on this trade? I'll bring it to you and see if we can make something work. Because in the end, all he wants to win a World Series. Is that going to be in Los Angeles next year?
Right, exactly. All right, great job. Thank you, A. And we'll talk tomorrow on covering the bases right before the series finale with Arizona. Great comments and some points that A made, and maybe you'd like to talk about it. We've got a ton of calls tonight. Richard, Dan, Michael, Alex, and Jim, you guys stand by, and we will get to all the calls tonight on Dodger Talk. KFWB News Time. 10:21, that's time for traffic on the ones, and here's Kit Sammy.
Major problem working in Calabasas. Ventura Freeway, US 101, eastbound before Parkway, Calabasas. Looks like a car went over the side. It's in the ditch and overturned. There is a lot of right shoulder activity going on. Another major problem in Chino, Pomona Freeway 60, westbound before Ramona Avenue. That is an injury accident, an overturned car in the right lane. Problem in South Central Los Angeles, Harbor Freeway 110. This is southbound before 51st Street. Accident, there's no injuries, but it is in the middle lanes. 110 southbound is slow out of downtown. Baldwin Park, San Bernardino Freeway 10 westbound before the 605. That accident is in the right lane. KFWB traffic sponsored by Save Big at participating Subway restaurants. For a limited time, get any 3 regular foot-long subs for only $12.99 after 4 p.m. and all day Sunday. Great for dinner and game day parties. Subway, eat fresh. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 10:31. I'm Kit Sammy, KFWB News 980.
Who knows where great deals on new Subarus are? At Sierra Subaru of Monrovia.
The Panda knows.
That's right. At Sierra Subaru, it's one
Panda-sized deal
after another. Like $1,500 customer cash on 2008 Subaru Forester 2.5X. Or $1,000 customer cash on 2008 Subaru Outback 2.5i models. Hurry in to see the all-new 2008 Impreza 5-door and the 2008 Subaru Tribeca with a more powerful engine, available 7-passenger seating, and standard all-wheel drive. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Who knows where there's one Panda-sized deal after another on new 2007 Subarus? At Sierra Subaru of Monrovia.
The Panda knows.
Exit the 210 freeway west of the 605 at the Giant Panda. Must take delivery from dealer stock by October 1st, 2007. Factory customer cash cannot be combined with any other incentives. Customer cash offer excludes Outback Sport models.
So I'm driving downtown in my Buick, and I pass by this girl. She's got on those really big sunglasses all the celebs wear. And I'm thinking, someday she's gonna regret looking like a bug. Real style is never just a flavor of the month. It's gotta last. Like my Buick. It looks and drives beautifully. And years from now, you can bet it won't be out of style. Especially because I take such good care of it by taking it to the professionals at my Buick dealer. Down the Goodwrench service lane.
Can't stop thinking about it.
The other day, I asked for an oil change, 4 tire rotation, and Goodwrench multi-point vehicle inspection, performed by a GM-trained expert. So it's Goodwrench and Go to help keep my Buick running as great as it looks. And that's a picture I won't regret.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Fall is a great time to Goodwrench and Go for all your maintenance needs. See your local Buick Goodwrench dealer today or log on to goodwrench.com.
KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by Power Toyota Cerritos. On the driver's side, Motel 6. For the lowest rate of any national chain, call 1-800-4-MOTEL-6. And Carino's Italian Grill. Visit Carinos.com for locations near you. Carinos, not your garden variety Italian.
The Dodger ship is sinking fast. A 7th straight loss tonight, falling 6-2 to Brandon Webb and the Diamondbacks. And the Dodgers looking to avoid a sweep tomorrow, send Chad Billingsley to the mound. And not much more to say. The Dodgers officially eliminated from the National League West race tonight and still have a slim shot at the wild card. But one more Dodger loss, one more Padre victory, and even that goes away. I'm Bob Harvey. Welcome to Dodger Talk, and let's get back to the phones here. Say hi to Dan. He joins us tonight from Cyprus. Dan, how you doing this evening?
Good, Bob. I wanted to tell you that I really appreciate you as a host of Dodger Talk.
Thank you.
But I marvel at how you do it, having to stand on the KFWB traffic report speedway. It seems that they should call this show KFWB Traffic Report, interspersed with short phone calls for Dodger Talk.
It's an interesting mix, but I'll tell you what, the people here at KFWB have been, in particular our program director, Andy Ludlam, have been beyond supportive of this show through some turbulence the last week or so. And I've always been a proud member of KFWB. I started here in the early 80s, and I've never worked with a greater group of people, from the people in the newsroom to the people in management. They've made this job real easy to do, Dan.
Well, I appreciate that, and I realize my saying this puts you in a difficult position. I don't mean to do that, but I've got to tell you, besides being so frustrated with the Dodgers this year, the way that your show is interrupted every other minute by traffic reports really frustrates me.
Well, I'm sorry, Dan, and I do want to thank you first of all for the nice comments about Dodger Talk, and then also say that traffic reports probably are, along with our award-winning news staff, one of the big reasons that people tune into KFWB, because of the excellent traffic reports we get as well. Time to slide on out to Van Nuys and say good evening to Alex. Well, what do you think, Alex? Welcome to Dodger.
Bob, it's nice to see Grady's got him going on no cylinders now.
On no cylinders.
Yeah. And to think that last night was like horrible, and tonight they're listless. But as long as Luis Gonzalez plays, and what did he go, 0 for 4 tonight?
0 for 3.
0 for 3. So he's 2 for his last 15. He started the last 4 straight games. He puts Kemp in tonight, who hasn't played in 3 days, and expects him to hit like the best pitcher in the National League. And even Vinny, who's never critical of players, said that Luis Gonzalez totally butchered. That's not his words. I'm paraphrasing.
Okay.
He should have caught that ball in the 8th inning. He got no jump. He stood there, and why is he even out there? It was a 5-2 game. They got Delwyn Young. They got guys that can run out there. And he's still in there in the 8th inning, playing defense, not getting jumps on balls. He even butchered that one in the 1st or 2nd inning that was hit over his head, where I've seen Ethier go back and make those plays.
Now, I've heard, okay, and I'm not in the Dodger clubhouse, as the Dodger PR guy would gladly tell you.
Right.
But I've always heard that Luis Gonzalez is a good citizen. I have no reason to doubt it.
Yeah, he's a good citizen, Bob. He's 40 years old.
But let me finish my thought.
Okay.
He's a good citizen. He's a good guy, but he is 40 years old. And lately, What I've been hearing from Luis Gonzalez is, well, I got the 2500 hit. Now I got to concentrate on getting hit number 3000.
Yeah, he's just thinking about getting to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, well, where does the team come in here?
Yeah, there's no team. And you know what, Bob, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know because you got a lot of calls. But if Arizona thought he had anything left in the tank, they would have kept him. But he probably insisted, I want to start, and I'm not going to play second fiddle to any younger guys. So they got Eric Burns, who right now, Gonzalez has had a good career. He spiked that 1 year with 57 home runs. I'm not saying how he did it, okay? 57 home runs, when I don't think he's ever been close to that ever. But you got Eric Burns now, and Arizona lets the guy go, and he should be relegated to a backup pinch hitter type thing. And Grady, did he get a vote of confidence that he is coming back next year?
Well, an article in the L.A. Times here.
Daily News, same thing.
Yeah, that Ned Coletti said that Grady's back next year.
I'm a Dodger fan, have been for over 40 years, and I want him to do well. They got to put Pierre in left field, Kemp in center, and Ethier in right. I guarantee you, with Pierre in center and Gonzalez in left, they've given the opposition 75 more runs. Every time there's a ground ball base at the center with a man on first, he's going to score, or it's going to be a double if there's nobody on.
Well, and that's the way, Alex, it's been really since that first series this year against Milwaukee when they ran wild against the Dodgers.
And Jeff from Tarzana was wrong. He said they were a third-place team. They're a fourth-place team.
Yeah, and you know what? Two things. The Dodgers should set a goal for trying to finish ahead of the Rockies, although I don't think that's
not going to happen. I said in
Uh-huh.
June that the Rockies have a really great offense, and they didn't even play Holiday tonight, I don't think.
No, the Dodgers are 4 games behind the Rockies, and here's something for you. With 7 games left to go, Dodgers have to win at least 2 of those to break even for the year.
Well, they should not bring Gonzalez back. They should get a real third baseman. I like Garcia-Parra. Again, he's had a great career. Maybe he could be a backup, a fill-in type guy, but they need a power-hitting third baseman. LaRoche looks good when he gets a chance to play, but they can't perform well. Baseball, you got to play all the time. And when you're young, you got to be out there all the time. You can't play one game and be off 3 and play not for a week and come out there and expect the guys to hit against Jeff Francis. It's absurd. This Grady Little, I really don't think he knows how to manage in the major leagues. He's a 20-year minor league manager, 2 years with the Red Sox, and I don't know why, because Frank was from Boston and he managed Boston. He thought this guy was qualified to take this storied franchise. I just don't get it, Bob.
Well, we'll never know because we weren't privy to those contract negotiations.
He's a Larry Boa type, or even give Kirk Gibson a shot, even though he's never managed. He's been a bench coach for 5 years. He's got Fire, Boa, somebody like that, a Bobby Valentine, somebody that's a proven track record winning in the major league.
Yeah, I've heard Gibby's name mentioned a lot. Alex got a run, but...
You bet, man. Well, we'll see what happens.
All right.
7 in a row is looking pretty dismal.
Yeah, it is. We'll talk to you soon, buddy. All right, Alex from Van Nuys. KFWB News Time is 10:31. That's time for traffic on the ones, and here's Kit Sammy.
Major problem in Chino, Pomona Freeway 60. This is westbound before Ramona Avenue. That is an injury accident. Looks like a car overturned in the right lane. Another major problem working in Claremont, San Bernardino Freeway, the 10 eastbound at Indian Hill. That's an injury accident. Looks like a multi-car crash, and it is in the left 3 lanes. We do have a backup from Monte Vista Avenue. Another major problem tonight, Calabasas Ventura Freeway, US 101. This is eastbound before Parkway, Calabasas. A car went over the side into a ditch, and it is overturned. A lot of right shoulder activity in that area, so expect delays. Victorville, I-15 southbound at Stoddard Wells Road. That is an injury accident. Looks like a car went over the side. Now, if you'd like to report traffic trouble, call the KFWB mobile phone force line at 323-467-9898. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 10:41. I'm Kit Sammy, KFWB News 980.
KFWB News Time, 10:33. Top stories this evening. A key witness in the O.J. Simpson robbery case has turned over audio recordings to Las Vegas police. He planted a recording device in the Las Vegas hotel room where Simpson and a group of men allegedly robbed memorabilia dealers at gunpoint last August the 2nd. Sources briefed On the talks between GM and the UAW, say negotiators tell them there could be a tentative agreement as early as tomorrow or Monday. Progress was reported on the historic new contract that would shift retiree health care benefits and costs from the company to the union. Meanwhile, health care for the youngest Americans has developed into a major domestic issue for Democrats as the state children's health insurance program nears its expiration. And a party source says Florida's Democrats will hold a January 29th presidential primary, even if it means losing all of their nominating convention delegates. The Democratic National Committee voted last month to strip Florida of its 210 delegates if the state party holds a primary before February 5th. More Dodger Talk with Bob Harvey just a minute away. I'm John Darren, KFWB News 980.
Hi, this is Rick Mundy, and I strongly encourage you to go to Nissan of downtown LA and get into one of their hot new Nissan products. Right now, Nissan of downtown LA is in hot pursuit of becoming the #1 Nissan store in LA. And before you buy or lease a new Nissan, be sure to see Nissan of downtown LA, located on the corner of Figueroa and Washington, just south of Staples Center. Call Nissan of downtown LA today at 323-4NISSAN. That's 323-4NISSAN.
How long have you been embarrassed by that dent or ding on your car door? Earl Scheib Paint and Body can help. For a limited time only through September 25th, featuring the bronze paint package for $199, the lowest price of the year. That's right, only $199. Scheib has 30 shops in the greater Los Angeles area. Call 1-877-500-EARL for the shop near you, or visit them online at www.carpainting.com. Call 877-500-EARL. So take advantage of our limited time pricing and feel good about the car you drive. Satisfaction guaranteed. Earl Scheib.
It's important to make sure your family has a plan in case of an emergency. We talked to this family to see if each of them knew where to meet if they were not together when something happened.
Okay, so if a natural disaster happened and we were outside the home, we would all meet at the park. That's our meeting point. That's where we would say, go here, this is safe, Dad will be here. We meet there, we'll be fine.
Well, we would probably just meet out in front of the house.
I'm meeting place at our neighbor's house because she is my mom's good friend.
We all have a meeting spot, which is a bus stop. The reason for the bus stop is simply because nobody's going to be there. No buses, no people. There's probably going to be no traffic there. And it's a location that's in the middle of all 3 schools, so we can safely meet there, safely and quickly.
Is your plan any better? To learn more about making an emergency plan for your family, go to ready.gov. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Ad Council.
If your industry's changing and you're looking for ways to earn more money, then listen.
Hi, my name is Jeff Giammalva. I'm the father of 2 girls ages 16 and 13 and have been married for 20 years. As a corporate exec for a Fortune 500 company, I found myself working 14 hours a day and was under tremendous pressure. And although I made a 6-figure income, had to ask myself at what cost. With corporate downsizing constantly over my head, I knew I needed to make a change. But with no extra time, had no idea what to do. That's when we found Global Wellness Group. We plugged into their system and leveraged their time. In our first year, made $55,000. Today, we own our own business and have a quality of life with money and time.
Global Wellness Group wants to speak with success-oriented people that want more out of life. If you're looking to make a change, call Global Wellness Group at 888-590-3179. That's 888-590-3179. 888-590-3179. KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by the new AT&T Tapatio Hot Sauce. Tap into the taste of Tapatio. StubHub.com. Sold out, so what? To order your Dodger tickets today, visit StubHub.com or call 1-866-StubHub. And the California Earthquake Authority, who would like to remind you that every day is earthquake season in California. Are you prepared?
Where do the Dodgers go next? They've lost 7 in a row. They will try to avoid the sweep tomorrow in Arizona as Chad Billingsley toes the rubber for the Dodgers. The Dodgers officially eliminated tonight from the National League West race, and one more Dodger loss or Padre victory, and the Dodgers are finished officially in the wild card chase. Thank you for joining us tonight on Dodger Talk. I'm Bob Harvey, and let's get back to the phones here. Michael joining us from Fullerton. Michael, welcome to Dodger Talk. It's nice to have you.
Hey, thanks, Bob. I just want to say I appreciate your objectivity and your journalistic professionalism.
Thank you.
You're not a homer, and you say it the way it is.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that very much.
And you know what? It's not the players; it's the manager. There is a reason Sports Illustrated picked the Dodgers to go to the World Series this year. Grady Little does not know how to motivate this team. He doesn't know how to pitch hit for the pitchers with the bases loaded. I can't tell you how many times I saw that scenario play itself out this season. He leaves the pitchers in too long. And he doesn't motivate the players. There's a reason Tommy Lasorda coached the Olympic team. That team in '88, Bob, had much less talent than this team that we have today.
Oh, certainly.
And I guarantee you, if Tommy Lasorda would have been the coach this year, in his heyday as a coach, this team would have made the playoffs.
A lot of veteran talent and a lot of real good youngsters. So, is it Grady's fault that the veterans and the rookies didn't mesh? Did Ned Coletti bring in the wrong veterans? I mean, these are all questions, I think, don't you agree, Michael, that Frank McCourt will be asking when the season's over?
Yeah, I think you should ask them. But the two, Bob, I also think that with a good manager, he could take an average player and get him to play above his ability, if he motivates that. Grady seems too passive to me.
Mm-hmm.
He really does. There's no fire. I've never really seen him aggressively argue a call. I've never seen him kicked out the game. You can check the records. Has he ever been kicked out of a Dodger game?
No, he hasn't.
See, and to me, that's a problem.
Now, last year Grady got ejected, but nothing this year.
And believe me, there's plenty of reasons why he should have been ejected with some of these umps, that were squeezing the plate on the Dodgers. But, it's really disappointing. What really hurts as a Dodger fan is this team had the talent to win. And because of, I hate to say it, but incompetent management, they didn't,
Mm-hmm.
And, I just hate that as a Dodger fan. It's like another year gone by.
Right. Well, hopefully, and we've been saying this for a few years, but hopefully they get this, ship turned around, and like I say, give us a clear blueprint of what you plan to do with the franchise. Are you gonna move it young, and if so, are you gonna trade some of the veterans, release some of the veterans? Let us know what you're gonna do. And as a Dodger fan, I think Dodger fans can accept that, but it's just the unknown. Like, okay, is 2008 going to be like 2007, or is 2008 going to be, I hate to use this term, but rebuilding? Are we going to, use the Delwyn Youngs, the Clayton Kershaws, the Jonathan Malones? Are these guys going to be a more integral part of next year? I mean, those are the questions that I'm dying to know the answers to, and would love to be a fly on the wall whenever Mr. McCourt and Ned Coletti and Grady Little get together. Michael, great call. Thank you for calling, and do call us again, okay, on Dodger Talk. KFWB News Time. 1041, another trip out to the freeways. Traffic on the ones. Here's Kid Sammy.
Street alert still in effect. Burbank, Forest Lawn Drive in both directions. This is between Barn Boulevard and Zoo Drive. This is closed due to a storm drain issue and a mudslide. Major problem, Claremont, San Bernardino Freeway 10 westbound before Indian Hill Boulevard. That is an injury accident. Multi-car crash. It is blocking the 3 left lanes, and there is backup from Monte Vista Avenue. Another major problem tonight, Calabasas, Ventura Freeway, US 101, eastbound before Parkway Calabasas. Car went over the side, and it is overturned. A lot of right shoulder activity going on here, so expect delays. In Chino, Pomona Freeway 60, westbound before Ramona Avenue. That is an injury accident. Looks like the car went over the side and is blocking the right lane. KFWB traffic sponsored by, is there a picnic in your plans? Plan smart, and don't forget to take along Cortisone 10. It takes the sting out of insect bites, poison ivy, and rashes. Ditch the itch, use Cortisone 10. Next KFWB traffic on the ones at 10:51. I'm Kid Sammy, KFWB News 980.
Tourneau, the world's largest watch store since 1900, poses the question, what does your watch say about you?
I am the Patek Philippe 24 watch, the symbol of understated elegance from Tourneau. I can see from first blush that the woman who wears me has great taste. She sits at the center table of a new restaurant located in the heart of the village. She glances at me, and I can see she appreciates my 18-karat gold contoured bracelet and my flawless diamonds. But she's sophisticated, too. She knows Patek Philippe is recognized as the finest watchmaker in the world. Ah, we really must be going. It's time for the souffle. Who will you be in the next 24 hours? I am the Patek Philippe 24, and I say a lot about you.
See what a new watch can say about you at Tourneau, the world's largest watch store since 1900, with over 100 brands and 8,000 styles in all price ranges. Tourneau at Century City Shopping Center, Los Angeles, and South Coast Plaza, Costa Mesa.
Did you know, by law, minimum credit card payments are now double? If credit card debt is ruining your life, call Debt Relief of America. With one free 5-minute phone call, they can show you how to eliminate up to 60% of your credit card debt. That includes principal and interest. They will negotiate with your creditors to save you thousands of dollars in interest, penalties, and late fees.
DRA worked with my creditors and cut my debt in half.
I considered bankruptcy and divorce. I was fortunate enough to find Debt Relief of America. Now I can see myself being able to enjoy life again. I consider their help one of the best presents I have ever received.
Call now for a free no-obligation consultation. Relief is our middle name. People just like you saved over $15 million in credit card bills. We can do the same for you. Call 800-914-8727. Not available in all states. That's 800-914-8727. 800-914-8727.
Hey, Scott, I haven't seen you in ages. Are you in a hurry for jury duty, too?
Actually, I'm an attorney. I'm running into court.
Wow. I've always wanted to go to law school and become an attorney, but, I need to work full-time.
I attended Abraham Lincoln University Law School. It's convenient and designed for working adults. Attend one course at a time, one class per week at their L.A. campus, or watch the interactive lecture live online. You can check out Abraham Lincoln University at alu.edu or call 310-202-9999. The program is approved by the state of California and registered with the Committee of Bar Examiners. Graduates receive a Juris Doctor degree and are eligible to sit for the state bar exam to become an attorney. Abraham Lincoln University has one of the highest bar and baby bar pass rates for online law schools in the state.
What's their info again?
Visit alu.edu or call 310-202-9999. That's 310-202-9999, and you too can be an attorney. KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by Concord Law. Change your career path by just 1 degree. And Bank of America, the official bank of Major League Baseball. And by the County of Los Angeles, who reminds you to recycle your car's used motor oil and filter. Zero waste. You make it happen.
Well, the Dodgers didn't get it done tonight in Arizona as they fall to the Diamondbacks and Brandon Webb 6-2. No disgrace in losing to Brandon Webb, one of the best pitchers in baseball. 17-10 now on the year and coming off a Cy Young Award season. So no disgrace for this one, but 7 losses in a row, and it looked like for the most part to me that they were just kind of going through the motions tonight like they did last night. And let's just hope that Grady can, mount another comeback in the clubhouse and get these guys headed in the right direction over the last 7 games of the year. We've got a little bit of time and 2 callers to get to, so let's start out with Richard in Carson. Hey, Richard, welcome to Dodger Talk.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Well, disappointed in the season. Thought we were going to do a lot better. I want Grady to start to play these other kids, but I don't want him to play them because I know exactly what happens to the Dodgers when they showcase the young kids. They get rid of them, and then we end up with old veterans that fall apart in the first week. But
I hope, and Richard, thank you for the call. I hope you're wrong about showcasing the kids. Who knows what's going to happen in the off season? But again, the Dodgers have to kind of decide: young, old, younger, older. You know what you're going to do. Final call of the night is Jim in Santa Monica. Hey, Jim, welcome to Dodger Talk. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How you doing, Bob?
All right, thank you.
I agree with you. I mean, we have to go with the youth movement. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you like going with the youngsters, huh?
Yeah, and, I was a little disappointed in Grady tonight because, he said he was going to start changing around the lineups, and what's Luis Gonzalez doing in there?
Well, exactly. Gonzo is in a 2-for-19 slide right now. Ethier was on the Pines, and don't get it. Yeah, I'm right with you.
Yeah, and, it's like you figure for the last, 7 or 8 games, Grady can start, changing around the lineup, see how Matt Kemp and and James Loney hit together. Maybe they can move Kent down to the 5th spot since he seems to be coming back next year.
Right.
And he can start looking around to see what combinations work, and he doesn't seem to be doing that.
We'll give Who a little more time at short and see how he does with Abreu to give Jeff Kent a day off or two. Yeah, he's got some real possibilities here the final 7 games of the year, because it's obvious that if they were going to play for third place, or they were saying, hey, we are not going to give up third place to the Diamondbacks, then we would have seen a little more cohesive lineups. But yeah, I say go with the youngsters the last 7 days and see what they can do, and give the vets a little bit of a rest, and maybe reverse it from the way it's been. Give the vets a day here and there, and give the youngsters 3 or 4 days in the starting lineup. We are back in a minute to wrap up Dodger Talk.
There's nothing small about today's small business. Big hours make up big work weeks. Every meeting is a big meeting. Every call is a big call. When the only printer for all the computers breaks down, it's a big problem. And now, thanks to Aflac, even small business insurance has gone big. Introducing Aflac for small business.
Now, your small business can have the same great Aflac products and service the big guys get.
For more information, call 1-800-99-AFLAC or visit AFLACSB.com.
Aflac!
For small business, American Family Life Assurance Company of Columbus. Aflac.
When you were a kid, wishing upon a star was a cute idea. But unless I'm completely in the dark here, you're not a kid anymore. Though you still got dreams, don't you? You got a plan to get them up and running? Or are you just keeping your fingers crossed? Maybe it's time for a wake-up call.
Dream Plan Track from Ameriprise Financial. Financial planning redefined. Visit us at ameriprise.com/dream.
Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Callers make the show, and we got a bunch of good ones tonight again. We thank you. And thanks, too, to our Dodger Talk support team, A. Martinez, Josh Cumming, studio producer Joe Franciosi. Traffic tonight from Kit Sammy, news from John Darren. I'm Bob Harvey. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon after Game 3 of the Dodgers and Diamondback series right here on KFWB.
You've been listening to KFWB Dodger Talk with your host, Bob Harvey, on your home for news, traffic, Dodgers, KFWB.
Dodgers Radio, KFWB.